he said Muslims are a problem. Okay? That's what he said.
I would argue that liberals have failed us.
President Trump signed an executive order to forbid refugees, as well as people who were pre-vetted and approved for visas, from visiting the United States from Syria, Iran, Sudan, Libya, Somalia, Yemen, and Iraq.
Publicly put their names on paper declaring their opposition to what ISIS and others are doing. So there are those voices, but where was the coverage? Where was that story?
Liberal principles like freedom of speech, freedom to practice any religion you want without fear of violence, freedom to leave a religion, equality for women, equality for minorities, including homosexuals. These are liberal principles that liberals applaud for. But then when you say, in the Muslim world, this is what's lacking, then they get upset.
Where every criticism of the doctrine of Islam gets conflated with bigotry toward Muslims as people.
Good evening, fellow SAG-AFTRA members and everyone at home, and everyone in airports that belong in my America. You are a part of the fabric of who we are, and we love you and we welcome you.
78% of British Muslims think that the Danish cartoonist should have been prosecuted. 78%.
And I say, I don't see the people, and I use it often, that knocked down the World Trade Center going back to Sweden. Okay?
That's the only, because it's the only religion that acts like the mafia that will fucking kill you if you say the wrong thing, draw the wrong picture, or write the wrong book.
Because we're treating Al-Qaeda and Islamist extremism kind of like the mafia. We think we can take out the leadership and we decapitate the organization. But actually it's more than that. It's an ideological phenomenon.
Right.
And we've got to start treating it like an ideological phenomenon. If we kill one person, 10 people come in to replace them.
I'm an American patriot, and I love this country. And because I love this country, I am horrified by its blemishes. And this immigrant ban is a blemish, and it is un-American.
680,030,000. 680,030,000 radical Muslims. And that's out of a total population in those countries of 942.4 million Muslims total.
Liberals need to stand up for liberal principles.
So you have at the center, you have jihadists. These are people who wake up in the morning wanting to kill apostates, wanting to die trying. They believe in paradise. They believe in martyrdom. Outside of them, we have Islamists. These are people who are just as convinced of martyrdom and paradise and wanting to foist their religion on the rest of humanity, but they want to work within the system. They're not going to blow themselves up on a bus. They want to change governments. They want to use democracy against itself. Those two circles arguably are 20% of the Muslim world.
Islam teaches peace. Muslims the world over aspire to live with dignity and a sense of justice.
There's something going on when you see beheadings. I mean, beheadings, we haven't seen that since medieval times, beheadings.
Plenty of fanatics and jihadis are Muslim, but the people who are standing up to them, Malala, incredible Muhammad Ali Dadak in Iran, in prison for 9 years for speaking up for Christians.
And it seems fair to assume that similar proportions of people in countries like, say, like Algeria, Syria, Sudan, Saudi Arabia, Yemen, Tunisia, Somalia, and Libya are also radicalized. And if they are, then, well, we're above 800 million Muslims who are radicalized. More than half the Muslims on Earth. That's not a minority, that's now a majority. And that's still not even surveying hundreds of millions of Muslims in other countries.